Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a random Thursday build stream. Though, as some of you know, it's not quite a random build stream. This is a well-planned KBD67 Lite R2 build stream. So, welcome, everyone. Let's see who is on today. I see a Tofril, 2-1, Pararch, Kawaii Voldemort, Grizzy, Anisan, Laser Goog, Vakunfu, Huin Captain. And who else is here? Listen Up Phones. Great. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Let's see. Out of curiosity, how many of you either have a KBD67 Lite R1 or are in the R2 group buy right now? Just a show of hands here. Tonight, we'll be talking about, or we'll be building the R2 KBD67 Lite, which you can join right now, actually. Oh, you know what? I just said my cable wasn't plugged in. And I see a Sam T subscribing and Dragon Topic. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. But here we go. You guys are interested in joining the group buy? Click that link that I just posted in chat. $109 board. You have your options between a Bluetooth or a wired PCB, but pretty much it's the same as R1. Like, other than that PCB, the color, and the stabs, it's pretty much more or less the same. Do expect delivery this July or like August. Oh, here we go. March 10th till April 10th. April 10th is your expected date. Expected shipping date is May 30th. So that may actually be earlier than I just said. Awesome. But if you can't wait that long, if you cannot wait that long, you can go visit Divinikey. Divinikey currently has a bunch of R1s for sale. There were 600 when they first started. And as of, here, let me just refresh the page just to be absolutely sure. As of right now, the transparent, the black, and the white are still available for $128.95. They ship out of California. So if you're here in the United States, you should get your product in less than a week, I'd say. In addition to that, if you use discount code WIZARD, you can get 5% off. So that's what? That's $6. You get $6 off, roughly half the tax. So yeah. Anyway, let's get started with the build. So disclaimer, if you guys caught my unboxing on Tuesday, you'll know that number one, I did not get a Bluetooth PCB. I got the wired PCB. This is the KBD67 Mark II RGB. Did not get the Bluetooth PCB, and I suspect it's because of my open source affiliations. You can hear more of my spiel in the unboxing video that's on YouTube right now. And the polycarbonate stabs that come on R2 were not ready yet, so they just sent me regular stabs, regular KBD fans cherry stabs. So as a result, I decided to just go ahead and grab Durock V2s. Now, this is my staple stabilizer. I use it for almost all my boards at this point, and I've already pre-lubed, pre-prepped all of them, just so you don't have to watch me lube stabs for 15 minutes. All that good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be building this board exactly the same as the R1. So that means Gateron yellows. Right here, these are 205G0 lube Gateron yellows, and we'll compare it at the end. So sit back, sit tight, while I proceed with the build. Now, the KBD67 Lite PCB is a hot swap board. Will there be a KBD67 Lite Bluetooth build? I don't know. I do not know. Lunchbox has resubscribed for tier 1. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lunchbox. There we go. Ink blacks are thockier, absolutely. Have I had a chance to try Hyperglides? No, I have not, actually. Something about, you know, like, typically I only buy Cherry when I want to reuse the top, but I haven't had to make like a Franken switch lately. So yeah, haven't done that in a while. The last time I bought Cherry switches was probably... oh gosh, I think I bought them in 2017 to make ergo clears. I think I bought them from mechanicalkeyboards.com. Long ago. Here we go. All in. You ordered the labs because you couldn't find the inks. I then found some yesterday. Now I have both on the way. Nice. Can't wait for the U4Ts to come back. Alright. I have my stabs put on the PCB now. So basically, now I'm actually using the same stabs with the same lubing, with the same... well, it's the same version of Durock even that's on my R1. So everything should be the same except for the plate. All right, let's see. Let's go grab this R2. All right. For those of you who have not seen the Tiffany, here it is. See? So they just sent me like the regular KBD fan stabs. Not a good thing. Extra screws and all that, and it does come with a tool to take apart the case. The He-Man says, Merlin, do you know the size of the screw the case uses? My R1 did not have the tool. I need to buy a screwdriver that will fit in the deeper black holes. I recommend using an iFixit kit, because the iFixit kit will have everything. Here we go. This is it. And check it out. This is what I was talking about on the plate. You can see that the standoffs are molded in. Like, I'm sure you could probably take it off with some prying, but right now it's molded in. So there we go. Dark Bar says, thanks to you about a KBD67 Lite. Is it a good budget in your opinion? I wouldn't be recommending it if I didn't think it was, man. There we go. One more screw. Yep, one more screw. One more screw right there. There we go. Okay. Did I have any discount codes? Yes, you can use discount code WIZARD on Divinikey, and you can get 5% off. How's the flex? So the R2 plate is stiffer than the R1. Other than that, I don't know how that translates to real typing, right? We'll find that out at the end of the stream. Alright, time to put in some switches. Here, let me put away these screws really quick. Let me just put them in here. Alright, here goes. Oh. So when you guys are putting in switches into a hot swap socket, make sure you get those legs as straight as possible. You don't want to bend any legs, especially during the insertion process. And you can usually feel it when you bend the leg. Will I be using the extra gasket thingies that come with the R2? No, I will not be. I'm trying to build it exactly the same as the R1 so I can see if there's any difference with the stiffer plate. Because it's not like super stiff, but it's noticeably stiff, so I don't know if it will make a difference or not. Man, I'm looking at some of these hot swaps and I'm seeing that they're not like completely flush with the PCB. What the heck? What the heck? I can see a small gap between the hot swap and the PCB on quite a few of them. What in the world? That's just bad QC. KBD fans, yeah, this is the KBD67 Mark II RGB. Yeah, there's like little gaps, like really, really small gaps. I could probably fit like a piece of paper through it. That's probably gonna cause problems during a hot swap process if you don't support the back like how I'm doing right now. That's a yikes. Huh. And there we go. Final switch is in. Let's make sure everything actually checks out. Go pull up VIA really quick here. Do the key tester. Oh, look at that. Nice diffused RGB. Awesome. Here we go. Let's test it. And let's just make sure that I have the correct one. So I'm gonna unplug the board on top. Key tester, test matrix. Here goes. Perfect. We are good. We are good to go. We can put that in the case now. Let's see, Vivacious Jan says, would you suggest getting the R2 Bluetooth version? The R2 Bluetooth one, personally, I think, like, so the firmware is TMK, but I have seen no indication that the source code provided for it has been open sourced, which is actually a breach of the open source license, right? So I personally cannot recommend it because of that. Go. Are the switches south facing? Yes, they are. Build going smooth. Build is going smooth. Alright, let's pull out some screws here. How does the KBD67 compare to the NK65? I think the KBD67 Lite is a much better feeling board. And I quite prefer the layout better as well. I am a big fan of the blocker. Sound-wise, it's also much better. Fan of the blocker as well, yeah. It's the NK65 tray mount. It is a hybrid tray mount top mount system. So in terms of typing feel and sounds, it is between those two. There we go. Put it in. Okay. Grab the foam. Let's grab the foam. Any thoughts on the KBD67 Lite R1 versus R2 so far? I did a whole unboxing stream that you can catch on Tuesday, but my overall impression is it should be the same for the most part. But we'll see tonight, right? We'll see tonight whether I'm right or wrong about that. Yes, it is indeed gasket mount. But it is a form of gasket mount. And the PCB plate foam, yes, it is. It's basically the same board. The only thing that changed is the color and how the plate was made. And you also have the option of a Bluetooth PCB or a wired PCB. Excited for a sound test, yeah. American or Mexican? American. There we go. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Don't you guys think? Doesn't that look pretty decent to you guys? I almost feel like I should take off the foam in it so you can see the PCB better. We'll see here. Let's see, how does the lighting turn out? Let's go plug in some of the lighting. Ooh, look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. Okay, let's go put on the caps that KBD fans sent me. There we go. This is the keycaps that they suggest you buy. Here, let me See if I can pull it up here. It is... No, when you're on the group by page right here, right? And it asks you for Keycaps. This guy right here. This option right here is this. This right here. And the keycap layout compatibility is all the way on the very bottom. There you go. That's what you get. See, you've got the full 65% support. Then you have some... You have your backspace where the pipe key is. You can change the tilde to a home, or you can use a 1U pipe. You also have ISO support, which is strange because this is a hotspot PCB. So maybe I think they're just trying to cover their bases for future 65% support. You know? Yeah, they're called 9009s. Does the spacebar have any warp? No, it seems to work properly there. Way higher pitch, is that because of the polycarb case? It is not a polycarb case. They are both ABS cases. There is no difference in the case. The only difference between the two boards is the plate. Aw, there's no control key. There's no control key. I have to use caps lock, okay? That sucks. Okay, let's see. You don't know anyone who doesn't like the bottom row blocker. There's actually quite a lot of people who do not like blockers. There we go. Look at that. All done. Dracula King says, I'm pretty sure the Alt and FN keys are reversed. This is the way that I like it. I like having my FN key over here. You know? So that's where I like to put it. Yeah, it's just the way that I like my key map. Like usually I prefer this being control as well. So when I switch to workspaces, I can hold the control and just do it like that. Then I like to press the FN key with my thumb like that. No blockers makes you claustrophobic. I used to not like blockers, but then ever since I started using a board that had blockers, I was like, hey, this actually feels really good. How's flex on this board? I'd say it's not as flexy as the R1. So. Alright, I now have 2 fully built KBD67s. Oh. Okay. Not bad. Yeah. Let me show you guys. Here it is, the KBD67 Lite R2 in translucent Tiffany with the ePBT 9009 keycaps. All built. Which one do you guys think looks better? The white or the translucent Tiffany? Teal, white, white. Let me put on the feet really quick. We'll say white, white, white. We'll put on the feet. So you can get white in R2 as well. Reminds you of an old iMac. You're right. You're right. Can I show the back of the R1? Sure. It looks exactly the same, except it's not translucent. They're exactly the same, but not translucent. Are there gaps along the top and bottom seam? It's harder to see it on the translucent, but you could definitely see it on the R1. Like for example, see that one right there? It's a small gap. But here on the R2, it's the same mold, right? It's the same mold, so there shouldn't be any. Yeah, there seems to be a slight gap there, but it's harder to see than on this one. Do they sound or feel different? It's really hard to tell, to be honest. Here, I'm gonna turn off my music here, and you guys be the judge, right? Okay, so if you're just tuning in, both cases are made out of ABS plastic. No difference there. The thing that's different about these two boards is the plate. So on the R2, it's a injection molded plate, which is a little thicker and also a little stiffer. R1 is a CNC plate. Everything else is roughly the same. I'm using Gateron yellows. I've lubed them the same way. I'm using Durock V2 stabs, also lubed the same way. The keycaps are both ePBT, except this one is from 2015, I think. And this is the one that KBD fans just sent me, so there could be a difference there. So yeah, you guys be the judge. Let's do stabilizers first. Alright, let's do a typing test. Here. I'll do it off screen. Oh, of course. Everything is the same except for the plate on these two boards. Let's not use the R2 as a wrist rest. Alright, let's try the R2. Okay, I can see a gap now. Because it's only visible on like some of the angles. Which plate are you using in R2? I'm using the R2 plate, which is the injection molded one, and it's thicker and slightly stiffer. All right. R2 sounds way better. Some people like R1 more. Okay. Let's do R1 again. All right. R2 again. R1 spacebar different. R1 a bit clackier. R2 takes the cake for you. Can I split the backspace? No, it is not, because it is a hot swap board. This is top mount crack. This is gasket mount. Here, let's see if there's anything I can do about that spacebar. Or, hold on. Yeah, I think it might just be my stab. Let me see if I can do anything about it. Just compare Compare the two. Ah. Oh, well, you look at that. The keycaps that KBD fan sent me are thicker. Thicker than my Gateron, than my ePBT from 2015. Definitely thicker. Okay. Interesting. Here. But let me see if I can add a little bit more lube in here after the fact. Yeah, that did seem to help. Switch to caps. Yeah, this one definitely sounds deeper. See, Pope Baldy says R2 sounds better. R2 takes the cake for me. Awesome. R1 a bit clackier. See. So different. R2 sounds cleaner. R2 better, but R2 spacebar better. R2 so nice. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So my initial take with this is that I definitely think this is a deeper sounding board. One thing that I'm not able to completely isolate is whether or not the keycaps, the thicker keycaps, are making that big of a difference. See? Because look, let's just, oh, there goes the switch. Could you swap around the keycaps and see if it's because of the keycaps? I don't have that much time tonight. Here we go, look. Yeah, the new keycaps are ever slightly thicker, but it's more noticeable when it comes to the spacebar. Oh. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. The keycaps made the board sound a little bit deeper, but still, this one overall still sounds deeper. I think that plate is making it thockier. Yeah, I think it's that plate. That ever slightly thicker plate is making it thockier. Okay. In terms of stiffness, I said that the R2 plate was definitely stiffer than the R1, but as I'm typing right now, let's see. I can't really feel the difference between the two of them. I can't determine whether one is flexier or one is stiffer than the other. Yeah. Everyone hears the different things, so yeah. To my ears, this board definitely sounds deeper sounding, and I'm going to attribute it to the thicker plate. But my main concern was that the stiffer plate, or that the thicker plate would also be stiffer. But I'm glad to say that I can't really feel that difference. Can't feel that difference at all. They both feel very, very flexy. Yeah, I can't feel that difference. This does not feel stiffer at all. It just feels the same. I guess if I hammer on it, maybe. Okay, yeah, there we go. I feel it. But see how I'm typing here? I'm like literally pushing on it. Yeah, it's stiffer. It's stiffer. But when you're typing normally, I don't think you can feel it. Yeah, okay. You can definitely feel that stiffer plate when you're literally trying to push down on it. But typing normally, can't feel a difference. There we go. Barugi subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you so much. Subscribed for 4 months. Thank you. Anyway, does anyone have any other questions regarding the two? Maybe I can answer a few more questions here. Oh, Baldy says, looks like I'm going to grab an R2 for a daily driver. Awesome. So keep this in mind. There's nothing stopping you from just buying the plate of the R2 and putting it in your R1. You know, because they are, for all intents and purposes, the same board. But Baldy says, don't have the R1, I'm going to grab it straight from KD Fans because I'm in Southeast Asia. Just got to pick a color. Nice. Mantian says, did you mean foam? Foam on what conversation? Alt says, I want to trade my keyboard. Yeah, like honestly speaking, you know, how many people just sit there and listen to their board all day, right? Like when you're actually using it for whatever you use keyboards for, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference, right? Do you reckon we can put the extra bottom foam in? I think you could. There seems to be lots of space in there. See, you can see it from the translucent. You can see how much room is in there. Come on. Focus. Focus. Javu says the sound test convinced you to pick up R2. Nice. Hopefully the Tiffany will match the ePBT aesthetic. Yeah. NK65E going on Mech Market soon. Yeah, let's see. Where's my MK65? Here it is. There we go. Look at that. NK65 and the two KBD67s. All right, here. If no one has any other questions, I'm gonna move on to the next experiment. As you guys can see, what I have at the very bottom here is the KBD67 Mark II RGB V2. See that it comes with the brass weight on the bottom, all that good stuff. And if you saw my review on this, and have heard me talk about this board, you know that it is my least favorite 65%, and I have been thinking about selling it. And one of the experiments that I've been wanting to try is to replace the bottom of this board with the ABS bottom and see what happens. Like, I tried this before when I first got the R1, and it didn't work because there was some plastic in the way. But now that I've got an extra KBD67, let's try and cut some plastic here. Right here, let's just look for the... Hey, those black and orange keycaps goes good with the silver. You think so? Because these were just like spare caps that I found. Wasn't too excited about it. Yeah, here we go. We are going to take this bottom half and put it on like so and see if it's possible. Because technically speaking, the KBD67 Lite is actually just the plastic version of this, you know? So let's experiment with it. And I'm going to switch out my R1 for the R2 so people can continue to ask questions about it. Have I tried swapping the plate PCB assembly? That will not work because it is an entirely different mounting mechanism. This is a top mount board. This is a gasket mounted board. The only part that is actually swappable would be the bottom. Why does this hobby have to be so expensive? I know, right? Here, I guess while we're back to testing mode or back to disassembly mode, let's continue my playlist. Anyone have a favorite clicky switch? Oh boy. Not I. I am not a fan of clicky switches at all. Though the best clicky switch that I've ever heard is probably an SKCM Blue Alp switch. Big Walrus says, Merlin, I've always wondered, have you got hair under that hat? You'll have to redeem a specific set of channel points to find out. Or you can just watch my YouTube videos. Would I get any extra items with the base R2 kit? So typically you buy extra items in anticipation of something breaking, or you want to swap out different options, right? So I would get an extra PCB just in case, especially if you choose to go the Bluetooth route. Yeah, if you're thinking of buying R1, it's better to buy from Divinikey instead of KBD fans because it's cheaper. Oh, Rydrom says 19 for the R2 plate. Yeah, so if you guys have an R1 and just don't want to spend another $100, just buy the plate. Buy the plate. That's really weird. I did not expect a plate that was only a little bit thicker and injection molded to be more, to sound deeper. But yet here we are. Here we are. All right. A couple more pieces. So guys, I still don't know if this will work, so I could literally just be breaking my R1. What is Divinikey? They are another keyboard vendor located here in the United States. They are also a KBD fans wholesaler. There we go. All right. Got all the protruding bits. Yeah, they don't sell everything that KBD fans has to offer, but you know. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Let's see. How much plastic do I need to cut to make this work? Okay, here. I may need to cut a little bit of that USB-C hole. Woo! Okay, I've made that hole bigger. Will that make it easier to go in? Actually, yes, it does. It does make it easier. But Merlin Lite mod, if it works, I'll cop the 67 Mark II. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Well, so far I've got one screw to fit. If I can get this corner to work, then probably, yeah. Magic, subscribe with Prime, thank you so much. Just have to... putting up ABS plastic here. There we go. Whew. Okay. Was that enough? Was that enough to do it? Okay. A little bit more. You have to cut the sides too, so let me do that. Yeah, we should call this the Merlin Lite mod. Hopefully it works. We'll see. Whew. Lots of plastic flying around. Okay. A little bit more. And... Oh. A little better. What is this wizardry? We are trying to modify the KBD67 Lite bottom to fit the Mark II. And so far we're actually getting pretty close. Merlin Lite mod shall be patented. The Lite mod. Yeah, you guys are seeing it happen here for the first time. I'm actually pretty sure no one else has tried doing this. No one else has tried modifying their board. MLM sounds like a sounds like a pyramid scheme. KBD67 half light. Aha. It's a noble sacrifice. Man, if this was the translucent case, I could actually see what was catching on it. Oh, I know it's catching on it. Zark Redeemed Hydrate, thank you. The Merlin Life. Okay. Here, let's try this. Try this. Alright, so the biggest issue is it's catching on that screw post right there. So that's why. That's the biggest issue. So I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit. Have I ever used a YMDK Melody 96? No, I have not. Actually, haven't built too many 96 keyboards. Favorite switch? I do not have a favorite switch. I'm a person of variety. I like a bunch of different switches. But right now I am a linear person. I prefer linear switches over tactiles or clickies. Everglide tourmalines with 98G spring. That sounds excessive. Alright, let's see. Shaved off a little bit more. Okay. I think we can do something here. Maybe. Okay, let's try this out. I feel like because there's so much plastic to like tear off, you can only really screw in one screw. But we'll see, we'll see. Aha! 2 screws. Definitely not recommended, to be honest. There we go. Two screws. Yeah. So the way that it's done, like, it doesn't exactly match up all the way. So this looks pretty ghetto if you ask me, but it works, kinda. Kind of. Would not daily this, would not even carry it as a mobile board. Like, it seems like it's like the way that the screw post for the plastic case is, it's in slightly different positions. So right now I can only screw in these 2. Everything else is a little offset. So, but it does sound good. It sounds better than the metal bottom. Does that mob still work as gas? No, it does not. Yeah, you cannot put a gasket in the KBD67 Mark II. Would you show it off at a meet? Sure. Sure. Brass plate and all that. Have you tried the Ethereal Panda tactiles? Yes, I have. They feel just like Holy Pandas to me, but I have not tried them in an actual board yet. Alright, so yeah, if you're thinking of mixing and matching, I'm gonna say that it is probably... I would not recommend it, to be honest. Would not recommend it. As I said, it's only secured by 2 screws, and I had to do lots of cutting, and it doesn't even look all that great. But if you're just gonna leave it on your desk 24/7, then sure. I guess it's fine. It does make the board sound a little deeper than stock. Yeah, that sounds so much better. But yeah. So while it seems like you can take the black plastic top and put it on the bottom metal, like the screws do seem to line up. The problem though is that you can't put the gasket there anymore. It won't work at all. Yeah. See? Black top, silver bottom. So yeah, this variant doesn't work. And this one kind of works. Anyway, I could probably tape it together just to add more security. There we go. Yeah, I think I have answered my question for the night. The ghetto KBD67. I will probably be taking this apart again and just affixing the metal portion on and selling it off. It just not very it's not impressive to me. Isn't that a $200 mod? Yes, it is. It is. But technically, you could just buy the case for like 29 bucks. Get 50% of the black KBD67 Lite R1. You can call it the KBD67 Medium. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're about 2 hours in. Let's go finish this build off with a last typing test. All right, let's do this. Let's do one last typing test. We'll do an actual typing test this time. This mod will forever go in the illegal spellbook as MLM. MLM. The case color looks similar to Icky68 Aurora. Yeah, I know, right? That might not be a coincidence. Okay, let's do this. Pause the music. $135. Ah. Right. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and fix that stabilizer a little bit more for the spacebar. I'm still not too happy with it. But here we go. Let's see. Because my R1 still sounds a whole lot better than it. I really hope that that's just something with the stabilizer and not with the plate, but we'll see. Do that. But I'm just gonna swap the space bars around and see if that changes things. Is this lubed? Yes, both boards are lubed. Alright, it's not the space bar. It's gotta be that stab. Alright. Swap that around again, lest I forget. No, I've forgotten which one's which. But I can tell based on how thick the cap is. And that is... Okay, there it goes. This guy goes there. What mods are those on the top board? They look like CMYK or something. Yes, they are. This is an ePBT set that I purchased back in 2015. And this is the ePBT set from KBD Fans 2021. So yeah, there are slight differences in the keycaps. I've noticed that the newer keycaps are slightly thicker, which may result in a thockier sounding board. However, I believe that the reason why R2 sounds thockier or sounds deeper than R1 is because of the thicker and stiffer plate. So during the unboxing stream, I said that there shouldn't be any difference, but there's clearly a difference. And it's good thing it's only in the sound. If you're concerned about the typing, like I did say that the R2 plate is stiffer, you can't feel that unless you actually push down on it. That's the only time I can feel the difference in stiffness. But when I'm typing normally, no difference. No difference at all. Gambit said, only thing I don't like about R2 is that the standoffs are molded into the plate. I'd rather screw them in. There we go. JView says, Merlin, in your opinion, does R2 look more teal or bluish to you? This is more teal. This is the Tiffany teal. If you actually look on the website, right here. See, if you look on the website, the teal that they have is actually a lot more green than the real thing. See, like this thing, that is way too green. Way too green. Yeah, this is more color correct. Like what I'm seeing on the monitor is what I see here. Did I order that fancy GMK VIA mouse? No, not yet. And you possibly mean QMK. Does KD Fans ever release plate files? Sometimes, but it's been a while since I've seen them do it. Yeah, it's not as bad. I think this subdued Tiffany color is actually much better looking than what's depicted on their website. So I greatly prefer this one. So in terms of color, I think out of all the colors that they presented so far in R2 and R1, white is still my favorite. So what I'm actually going to do, like now that I've determined which one is quote-unquote better, I'll probably do a review of the R2, and then I'll just keep one of them. I would keep the R1 white case, but I'd swap the plate from the R2 in. That way I would have a board that is both aesthetically what I want and also typing feel and sounds. Coil Twitchbot, 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jackie Boy is that R2 is much darker than the Icky Aurora Mint. I have never seen one in person, so I can't give you a yay or nay. All right. This stream will be on YouTube in approximately 30 hours or so. So if you guys want to catch that and see all of my thoughts and comments along with some annotations here and there, definitely check that out. But if you're just tuning in right now, the stream is over. Well, the stream will be over. I have deemed that the R2 is superior to the R1. So yeah. R2 is definitely a good buy, and it's superior simply because of that thicker plate, giving it a thockier sound. There we go. I said it. R2 is superior by that definition. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next time. This coming Saturday, I'll be doing another keyboard build. I'll finally be building my Think 6.5 V2. I'll be building it with the Glacier Pandas. So if you guys are interested in how those sound and how it would sound in an FR4 plate, definitely tune in Saturday, 1:30 p.m. PST. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. See you next time.